Hello you guys and welcome to Biomes of Plentiful Showcase. This is a rather shorter video and it took a little bit of time to make it because I had a math exam, which I probably failed. But yes, I'm back. I hope you enjoyed today's video. The Alps are giant snowy mountains soaring into heights. Here you will try to fight against freezing temperature and the risk of falling to your death. Vanilla spruce trees spawn here even in small variants. The edge of the Alps is actually a biome on its own called Alps foothills. The forest filled with flowering trees is the bamboo blossom grove. Here you can find commonly the variant of an oak tree, the flowering oak. But he's not alone, accompanied more rarely by a new type, the cherry tree, crafted into these blocks. These can grow in the white or pink version. Pink daffodil and the small bamboo plants are quite common here. The variant Cherry Blossom Grove contains more cherry trees and less bamboo. A very arid area is the bayou. It consists out of multiple sub-biomes and is typical for being surrounded by water. The new tree here is called willow. The deeper variant is called deep bayou, containing more willow trees. Another subbiome is the bayou mangrove, with small mangrove roots and occasionally mud, which can be crafted into these blocks. Next is the burnt forest, a very Halloweeny look decorated with black sand, dead trees, and stripped hellbark. All of them can be crafted into these blocks. The cold desert is a dismal landscape featuring gravel, dead grass, and snow lakes? Welcome to the Big Trunks Forest, also known as the Coniferous Forest. Because of the thick foliage, mobs can even spawn here during the day, so watch out. The trees here called are fir and crafted into these blocks. Sometimes within these forests you can find lakes surrounded by the fir forest, thus called Coniferous Lake. Toadstools love this environment, by the way. It can be used in rabbit stew. A subbiome is the fir clearing, featuring small fir trees. And you can even find the snowy version of both, the normal forest and even the subbiome clearing. The dead forest features again a depressing landscape and autumn-looking grass, featuring dead, spruce and occasionally oak trees. You can even find pumpkins here. A variant is the tall dead forest with a taller dead foliage. The marsh is similar to a swamp but without any trees. The landscape consists mostly out of water. A variant is the dense marsh with way more grass and reed. The woodland features mostly yellowish green and welcomes bunches of oak trees to live here. Again, toadstools love it here. But you can even find the new plant goldenrod. A subbiome of this one is the dense woodland with way frequent and also more dense oak trees. The dry boneyard reminds me of a post-apocalyptic scenario where the environment is slowly regaining its strength back. But due to its drab color and the frequent bone fragments, you can still see the dark past. The trees that live here are acacia and oak. A very cool feature is that you can find skeleton horse here. A variant is without the bones, just called dryland. The dunes are a dry desert, but with a plant surviving in this hot environment, the sea oats. These islands are mostly surrounded by warm oceans, indicating the arid temperature. The flower meadow is similar to the flower forest of vanilla Minecraft, only that it consists out of flat oak and normal spruce trees. If no flowers grow here, only the flat oaks, then it's just called meadow. Are there more trees? Then you enter the meadow forest. One of the most eye-catching biomes is probably the fungal jungle. With its bright blue color, it's something completely different from the normal biomes. Next to mycelium, flat and normal oak trees, you will find here the glow shroom. With no trees at all, you enter the fungal fields. The golden prairie is basically a big wheat field. The original version is the prairie with way less flowers but thin oak trees. If you like plains, you will love the grasslands. Plain, no trees, nothing. A variant is the grassland clover patch, with giant and small leaf clovers. I enjoy destroying the giant ones one by one. A version of the normal beach is the gravel beach, with, gravel, nothing more. In the grove you can find podzol, oak in flowering and non-flowering spruce, and the small dark oak trees. Worth noting is that the rivers and lakes are very warm near these biomes. A subbiome is the clearing with flat oaks, and the Grove Lakes completely made out of the new 1.17 block calcite. The highlands are very eye-catching with its towering mountains. The highlands crag is instead made out of cobble and stone. Violets and other flowers indicate the subbiome the highlands more. The jade cliffs are a bushy spruce forest, and it's especially impressive with world gen like this. Quite similar to in real life Provence, the lavender fields sprout bunches and bunches of lavender. A sub-biome consists out of a forest with flowering oaks and jacaranda trees. The lush desert is a more vivid and orange version of a normal desert with acacia trees and orange sand. If you love poppies, you will adore this biome. The lush savanna is the sanctuary of poppies and rose bushes. The muskeg is once again a depressing landscape, frosty but covered with dead trees. The Mystic Plains is quite the magical place to be in. Pinkish water, blue grass, variants of different flowers, jacaranda, flowering oak, and a new magic tree. This is as well the biome where glow flowers can be found. These emit light, which is perfect for a garden. And the other new flower is the blue hydrangea, a double block blue bush. And more and larger trees means you are in the Mystic Grove. If you have a rather darker soul, you will like the ominous mire. Purple grass, thorny bramble, dead and currently dying oak trees, willow trees, black sand, and for this biome quite suitable, wither roses. Some trees have mutated to survive in this environment called umbrum. Dark foliage, mystic logs, occasionally a witch's hut can spawn here. The orchard is a peaceful land with flowering oak trees. The next biome is probably one of my favorites. Called the Origin Valley, it has the same textures and wool gen as Minecraft had while it was still in beta. The rarest biome is the Rainbow Hills. It contains all flower types and the trees are in rainbow color. The best aspect is that hostiles won't spawn here. The rainforest is a variant of the jungle, with mahogany trees and some spare normal jungle trees. A sub-biome is the cliff version. On top of these mountains, it feels like you can touch the stars. Another sub-biome is the flooded version of the rainforest called Rainforest Floodplains. A forest of tall redwood trees and lots of ferns is the redwood forest. With thinner redwood trees is the redwood edge, somewhat the beginning of the never-ending forest. Another version is the redwood forest with cliffs. The scrublands is quite similar to plains, only with a few tiny trees and bushes here and there. A variant is the wooded scrublands with tiny bush trees. The seasonal forest is especially appealing to people who love autumn. Trees with various colors from red to orange. A sub-biome is the seasonal orchard with only birch trees. And the pumpkin patch with only oak and occasionally large pumpkins. And to another bush biome, the shrublands. Again, quite similar to plains, only with a more dull color. A sub-biome is the shrublands hills with more thicker foliage. The maple forest is typical with its red colors, but is only in a snowy variant. The tropics reminds me of a small oasis where you can escape to. It features palms, lukewarm oceans, and even a new beach, the tropical beach with white sand. The tundra is a brownish plains biome. A variant of it is the tundra basin, purely made out of stone, and the tundra bog, which is a bushy variant of the default one. Dust particles fly through the air in the volcanic plains, indicating the rough environment that this biome consists of. Instead of normal ground, the floor is made out of black sand. Soaring into heights right next to the plains is the volcano made out of smooth basalt. The wetlands is a mixture of a swamp with willow trees but with less water. A variant of it is the shroomy wetlands with mushrooms and small spruce bushes. A sub-biome is the wetlands forest with way more willow trees. In the wastelands, the Death Valley. Almost no plants were able to survive in here, as even the ground is made out of pure, dried salt. Scarcely some trees were able to survive in this harsh biome. Now to some nether biomes. The crystalline chasm features small crystal bundles and giant stalagmites with music similar to wind chimes. The erupting inferno consists out of yellowish brimstone and smoking fumaroles. Similar to the ominous mire, the undergrowth features bramble and a new purple tree type, the hellbark. I personally find this biome really nerve-wracking, as this biome is actually alive, consisting out of flesh, hair. This is truly a horror biome. And lastly, the withered abyss with blackstone and blackstone bulbs, a weak light source. That was today's video. If you ended up enjoying it, then please leave a like or maybe even consider subscribe and check out my gaming channel, as I also really try hard there. And we'll see us in the next video. Ciao!